Hey guys, welcome back to the Think About It podcast. I'm Nisi. I am so excited to have a safe space to speak our truth or to find it. So come on in for however long I have you here or however long I have your ear. Now let's think about it. To another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl Nisi. She is back with popping. Y'all, less is best, okay? Less is best. Well, at least for me, okay? I don't need too much, like, period. I really don't. Real tea, real scoop. But hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast, girl. What's popping? What's good in the hood, baby? What's damn Pam? Welcome back, y'all. We are here, y'all. Another week, another month. Can you believe we are in November? We in November, y'all. What? Like, I felt like I just got to 2023. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I just walked in the door. The line was so long, I just walked in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I just got my little drink in my hand, ready to, like, ready to vibe out, catch a little vibe. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to have a time, okay? I wanted a time to be had. But it's almost gone, baby. It's almost gone, y'all. That is crazy, y'all. And I think I edited out. I think I'm going to leave it this time, y'all. I promise y'all. You see that little cutout right there that I just had to do? Every single time I get to recording, y'all, my allergies get to, like, want to act up, want to do the most. Like, girl, chill, Bill. Y'all, the year is about to be done, okay? We got, what's this? 2 weeks, I think. We got 2 weeks until Thanksgiving, y'all. After Thanksgiving, we got about less than a month, couple days from a month to a full month, for Christmas, y'all. And then we got the New Year's a week later, y'all. Y'all. But be thankful. Let's be thankful, y'all. Let's give thanks, y'all, because there's so much people, that did not make it. Hello, somebody. There's so much people, that is not going to make it. Y'all, we don't even know we're going to make it. So, y'all, this is the reason why we give thanks. Thank you, God, and your son, Christ Jesus, for bringing us through. Hello? And going to keep bringing us through, okay? And in next year, honey, we're talking abundance. We're talking abundance. We're talking breakthroughs, okay? We're talking blessings upon blessings, We're talking increase, okay? In every area, financially, relationships, intimately, friendships, family, okay? Success, a better relationship with your children, We're gonna find that church home next year. Y'all, let's get into it, We're going to start that business. What? Because was thinking about it. You've been wanting to do it. So next is your year, okay? What are you talking about? We getting in the gym. We're getting in the gym. Matter of fact, let's start right now. So when January come, we've been doing it. So it ain't nothing. It ain't no resolution because we resoluted last year. Let's get it. Let's go. You already know, y'all. I wish you guys all the freaking best. And for next year, the pod, okay? Y'all gonna know. People gonna know about us next year. You feel me? We gonna start knocking on doors next year. People gonna what? Open that door. Quit playing with me. Yeah. What you talk about? Yo, I love when I get hyped. I'm sorry. If y'all know, if you're new here, welcome in, okay? This is what to expect and more. Hello, somebody. All right, y'all. So, like I said, y'all, okay, the end of the year is here. I'm literally about to put my Christmas tree up. Seriously, today is going to be my day. That I'm not going to start decorating it. Just because every year, y'all, my daughter and I, we pick a, a theme for our tree. Last year was my daughter's. This year is my year. And coming off the year that we had last year, I felt like this year I'm being way more intentional about a lot of stuff, y'all. And the tree is being one of them. So I actually pulled up, some colors, of abundance and a new start and, a new journey, or just abundance, blessings, like, positivity. And the colors, y'all, surprisingly, is actually red and green. So the traditional Christmas colors. So this year we're going traditional. We doing the classic, honey. Ain't nothing wrong. Classic always gave, okay? So we're going back classic. So I'm just gonna be more intentional, y'all. I feel like with this tree here. So I'm ready to, honestly, and I've never been the girl. I'm like, honey, if the turkey ain't cut, we ain't putting it up. But I feel like, it would probably put me more in the season. I want to be, especially like, the year I had, if you guys listen to my earlier episodes, I kind of touched base on it. So this year I wanted to be so intentional, and I wanted to just, spiral over into the new year. So for me, I feel like, me putting the tree up like a week, or, a week before Christmas, it's not long enough. So I'm definitely going to put it up, today, and then just, next week start, putting stuff on there. Okay. So y'all, again, let's get into the holiday spirits, y'all. Let's get into the holiday spirit. Let's get in, the mindset for a new beginning, a fresh start. Okay. All right, y'all. I've been babbling for like a good little 6 minutes about that, and I'm still not done, because let me tell y'all, the time change. Okay, the time change, baby. Do y'all like the time change? Tell me, because I low key, it's crazy, because I feel like most people don't like the time change. Like, what? You don't want to extend an extra hour before getting up out of bed, especially if you're the type of person that work early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you got an extra hour, sis. You ain't got to get up. You're supposed to be at 8 o'clock. Realistically, you getting up at 9 now. What? Stop playing with me. I like that time. I'm sorry. I know, I get it. It gets darker, real quick, and I'm not going to hold y'all. I don't know what the hell going on, but I feel like now, when it hit 5 p.m., it looked like it's 10 p.m. outside. 7 o'clock, it looked like midnight. Not playing. So you got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got to really, and I do feel like, even, the whole getting dark early is also a part of like the holiday thing. I don't know. I like it. I get the reason why, but at the same point in time, you get an extra hour in the mornings. What? And especially for me, y'all, I'm really want to get back into like consistently meditating, and having like that extra hour before I start my day in the morning for myself. So I feel like this would work perfect for me. Okay, I feel way more energized. I feel like I'm way more, my mind in this season is typically way more clear. Like my senses is so heightened. Everything is just like so heightened. Like I want to I don't know, but I love it. I personally love it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this this time of season, or time of year, basically. And then y'all, last but not least, and I promise I'm about to go because we got to get into the topic, but listen, I've been watching Scandal, y'all. I forgot. Real tea, real scoobity-doo, baby. I forgot how good Scandal was. Scandal, I feel like Scandal definitely enhanced the side chicks. I feel like it did. I feel like Scandal enhanced the side chicks. They really did. Because I ain't gonna hold you. We loved Olivia Pope. I love Olivia Pope. I forgot this girl was she was a whole mistress. See? And I still like her. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, but it was, and when I realized, I pulled up like, when it first aired, like when the first season came out, it was like in 2012. So it's been a while now since it, the first episode, and I feel like, of course, cheating and all that stuff been around for a long time, but I feel like Scandal had the girls so much in a chokehold. I mean, it wasn't even a race thing. All the girls was in a chokehold, baby. Okay, everybody knew who Olivia Pope was. Everybody knew what Scandal was. It was because it was scandalous. Hello? And I just feel like all of that just really poured out into like reality. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all kind of mistress now. Like you really have bitches that really be like, if you a side chick, chicks be like, okay, bitch, like, you feel me? Like, you already, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you got a bitch or whatever. Okay, cool. But now you got me and you got another bitch. Like, nah, you crazy. Like, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, females really snapping out because they the side chick and a nigga got another side chick. Oh, okay, now me, I draw the line. But you want to ask somebody else on here, you fucking up. Nah, bitch, he been fucking up when he was fucking with you. What are you talking about? Stop. Stop. But we gonna blame Olivia for that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like for the girls who girling outside, child, blame Olivia Pope. Just blame her because at this point, she was scandalous. Okay. Let's go ahead, y'all. But before I say this, and I know, wrong is wrong. Okay, I get it. Wrong is wrong. But that was a president, bitch. Y'all niggas be wanting to. Bitch, this heat with y'all motherfuckers. Bitch, you work at Waste Management. Fuck, I'm finna do with you. Like, nigga, you work at Walmart. Sit the fuck down. You could barely handle that, bitch. Barely. Okay, I'm doing too much. Let's get into the topic. Y'all, your girl been on water. I think I said this last week pod. If I didn't, I fasted. I fasted for 30 days, no alcohol. It's been about a month now. I started it in September. So September 28th, I got done with it. I was supposed to get done September, I think 27th, but I extended like 2 days longer. Blah blah blah. Long story short, y'all. So I'm really not that I don't have the urge, y'all, to drink like that. And I never honestly really had the urge like that to drink. And if I'm being honest, y'all, I did not want to implement something into, especially when it comes down to my purpose, that I really don't do, and I'm just adding another problem. You get what I'm saying? Because I really got a problem. The problem is smoking, y'all. I smoke. That's what I need to be fasting. Okay, and this goes good and perfect for this topic today. Okay, so this also tells y'all when I talk, I'm not pointing my fingers, okay? Like I said, if I come to y'all with something, it's more than likely something that I've dealing with, I've dealt with, or I'm in the process of overcoming. Hello, somebody. All right, so let's go ahead, y'all, and jump into the topic of the day, y'all. The conversation, y'all, of the day is sacrificing is significant to the self-love journey. Sacrificing is significant to the self-love journey. It is important. It is to the self-love journey. And I did an episode a while back about how important self-love is. And that actually did a pretty good, I think that was the one that did a pretty good amount of numbers, and I appreciate you guys for that. So, like I said, I did the episode about how important self-love is, or why self-love is so important. But also now we're going to, add that to the self-love episode on why is it so important to sacrifice, when you are on a journey of self-love. And y'all know I write pointers down, so if you see me looking down, I'm just going back into my pointers. I'm probably not going to remember half of it, because once I get to talking, y'all, and the juice get to going and flowing, y'all, I'll be getting half of the stuff on here. And it really be good stuff, okay? So, I was actually watching, it was online. But like I said, last week, I am an member of the Potter House. And on church service Sunday, Bishop was speaking about, he made an illustration basically about how, I don't know the exact terminology, y'all, so I'm just using probably 4th grade words, okay? Because especially when it comes down to science and astronauts and spaceships, honey, I do not know it, okay? So bear with me. But he was speaking about, like when a space shuttle or a spaceship goes up, and the higher or the more, whatever, however, when it gets to a certain point, right, there's things that comes off of the spaceship, right, in order for it to excel and to go, and to reach its destination, right? And these are things that comes off that that stays on for a good amount of time, right? But when the time comes for it, in order for that spaceship to actually excel and to, again, reach its destination, there's things that has to come off in order for it to go where it's supposed to. Now, I don't know, necessarily what happens, but again, using what I would assume. So I'm assuming that if it doesn't come off, if something does not come off that's supposed to, you can erupt. You can, mess up the whole mission, right? So, when he made the illustration, it just, when I tell y'all, honey, it hit me like a ton of bricks, okay? And I came to realize, especially in the day and age that we live in now, the world, when you see and you hear certain illustrations, that is so simple, right? And you try to, again, maybe it's also too when you're on a journey as well too, so it's easier for you to break things down, but when you see it, it's easier for you to understand it. Does that make sense? So like I said, y'all, yes, sacrificing is so significant to the self-love journey. I think a lot of times, well, first off, when we speak about self-love, and when I hear people have conversations about, I'm just doing this for myself, I'm healing myself, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. And again, everybody's journey, depending on what, everybody's journeys are different. But I do believe in that journey, there's certain rules, there are certain things that no matter what your journey is, you're going to have to take that route. Okay? You can't make it up along the way for it to work for you. Okay? And I put a note here and I said, stop asking God for change if you're not willing to sacrifice anything. And if you watch my stories, I had like probably it was an 8-9 minute rant about this. So a lot of stuff that I spoke about in my stories, I'm going to be saying here as well. But yeah, stop asking for change if you are not willing to sacrifice anything. I think a lot of times it's self-explanatory. Stop asking for change if you are not willing to sacrifice anything. That's like you going to the store and telling somebody, asking someone, to break a 20, right? And they break it for you. You take the change, the money that they break down, but you're not giving them the 20 that you asked to be broken. Okay, so you trying to rob me? You trying to play with me? No, that's not how it works. Stop asking for change if you're not willing to make the sacrifice. I think a lot of times, we ask for, a better relationship, intimate relationship, right? Or to move out of, the relationships or, the area that we're in now, or, picking up the same type of man or picking up the same type of woman, or we want a better body, or, we want to excel in the company that you're in, or, you know what I'm saying? You want to be ambitious. You want to be successful, right? You want to, have a better relationship with your child. You want to have a better relationship with your mother, right? But then you're going in with the same attitude that you had yesterday and the day before that. How are you asking for these type of situations, but you're not willing to do the things to get there, which AKA is sacrificing? You have to give something up in order to get something back, right? A lot of times, like I said, you want a better intimate relationship, but then you still have conversations with your ex, and your excuse is, or your crutch or your handicap is, well, we're good friends, or we known each other for a long time. Okay, well, you do that, but stop asking God to bring you somebody better if you're not willing to let go of what you had. Hello? And a lot of times, and I feel like especially when it comes down to, relationship or, certain situations, I feel like if you have not, God would not give you or put you in a, bring you the man that is doing the work, okay? Especially if he's, if you're God-fearing and, you do believe in God and you have a relationship with him, he would not bring you a God-fearing man, right? A man that has done the work or working on himself intentionally, right? And you over here playing around. Because what you doing, you gonna mess up. God ain't gonna allow you to mess up something that his son was doing. His son was on the right track. Okay? And a lot of times too, when it does not work out in the way that we want to, we sit there and say, well, God this and oh God that. Or, again, crutch. We want to blame somebody. And you all know, I said this before, the quickest way and the The easiest way to not take accountability in a situation is to find a villain. There's a villain in every story, and most people are not going to make themselves the villain, right? So you're going to sit there and say, well, God did it, this person did it, that person did it, that person did that. But if you sit down and you actually do the work, and you actually ask yourself, okay, well, did I actually, did I give this my 100 to this person, right? Was it my ego? You know what I'm saying? Was it a sense of, control, right? Was it things that I went through in my past, right? Or, my daddy issues, and now I'm bringing, it came to the front, and this is the reason why I reacted in this way. A lot of times, first off, you don't want to take accountability. And if you don't want to take accountability, you never get to the point of actually sacrificing anything because you've done nothing wrong, right? And I think a lot of times, too, especially when we speak about, a lot of times, narcissist is such a big thing that everybody want to call it, everybody, that's the word that everybody uses now. Everybody is a narcissist nowadays. Now, with that being said, realistically, yes, each and every last one of us has some sort of narcissism in us, right? But when you get to the point of realizing, or you don't realize nothing that you're doing, you're taking no accountability, you should not be calling nobody narcissistic. Respectfully, okay? So I think a part of the self-love journey is, yes, of course, taking accountability. In order for you to take accountability, you have to deal with those issues, deal with those problems, i.e., daddy not being there, you know what I'm saying, being molested, having a young mother, being adopted, having your guardian raise you, being an abusive, parenting, in an abusive home, whatever that may be. And believe it or not, a lot of times I hear people say, well, that don't apply to me, or it wasn't that big of a deal, or, and they ain't never hurt me, or they ain't never killed me, so... But when you go home, or when you're by yourself, or, when somebody pisses you off, it shows up though. That same thing that you say is not a big deal shows up. And it might not show up in a way that you're, because you're honestly not really doing the work, so you can't really pinpoint the reason why it's happening, but it's a reason why it's happening. And the reason why it's called trauma. It's called trauma. And it doesn't make, a person wrong, for not taking accountability, especially when you don't know. If you do know, you're wrong, right? But a lot of times we don't even know how to take accountability or what should we be taking accountability for, right? And I think a lot of time when you get to the point of, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, your awakening, your relation, whatever that may be, whatever you call it, when you get to that point of realizing that there's things in your life that's not going the way you not just want it, but you feel in your heart that it's not, there's things in your life that you have to take accountability for, even if the person did something to you, right? And y'all know, you don't know, you listen, go back to the episodes, right? So I came to realize, things in my life that I felt like, well, this person did that. That had nothing to do with me. Like, no, you're the problem. And I came to realize when we are hell-bent on finding a villain, we never get to the point of actually fixing the problem, right? So because, you molested me, so I don't like you. So we hold on to this anger. And again, it's easier to not want to go throughout life and to be a better person. Just, because why? This person did this to me. He did it to me. You're allowing somebody to hold your power, right? You're allowing somebody to control your narrative because you're saying what that person did to you, right? And again, you're literally answering your question, but because the way you're looking at it, you don't see it. That person is the problem because that person did it. You was just a source or a vessel that they use, and it's unfortunate, right? But when you learn to detach yourself from who that person is, and whatever, why they did it, why they did it has no concerns to you, right? But when you realize, okay, this is who this person is, right? Then you also get to the point of realizing, wait, again, you can take yourself out of the ego, or, not even ego, but this self place, and realize, okay, wait, if he did this to me, I wonder who else he did this to, right? And then now it's easier for you to move yourself away from you being a problem, right? And then say, you know what? It's not me. Again, when you follow God and you have a relationship with him, and even if you hear people a lot of times, they say, well, forgive him. You're like, forgive him? I'm not gonna forgive somebody that did. Are you dumb? Be for real. But when you break it down in a way of, okay, when you don't forgive, you're holding on, like you have this big negative bag of negativity and blocks that you are literally intentionally just holding on to, right? And because you're holding on to that bag, it's the reason why it's the reason why that weight is so heavy. But if you let go of that weight, you can add more positivity. You can add more, reasons. You can add more good than bad, right? So for me, I like to say, I don't want anyone to stop my blessings, right? I don't want you to stop my blessings because you did something to me. That has nothing to do. Am I a vessel? Yes. Then I have to, and when I say don't have nothing to do with me in a sense, especially, depending on what age you are too. If you are at an age and, especially at a point where you can understand and you have common sense, right? And you're an adult. You're 18, 19, and even if you're 18, 19, I still feel like that's such a young age. So let's just say mid-20s, late 20s or whatever, and somebody's doing something constantly to you, you got to start taking accountability, because why are you allowing them to do that, right? And even when you were younger, it's that question still applies. Why did this happen? Why did, maybe not why did I, but why did this person feel comfortable for, to do this type of situation? And a lot of times you find the answer in, okay, well, because this person felt like, because my parents probably was young and, they didn't have, that much attention on me, right? That's the reason why they felt like they could have, they had this access to me. Or because you were neglected, because, you didn't have that support, or you didn't have that, maybe an orphanage, right? Maybe you're an orphan, or maybe depending on what the situation is, you can go back and you can see again how, again, in so many ways that had nothing to do with you, maybe your environment, maybe your family, maybe this. And then when you get to dealing with that point, then you get into the whole, okay, break that down. Okay, what was going on in my family? And it's this whole little tree, I promise y'all, that you just start to look into, and instead of you picking away at it, you're healing it. Let me add some of this, let me add some of that, because plucking it away isn't gonna help it. Acting like it's not there ain't gonna help it. It's just gonna grow back, and what it grows into now is where the problem comes in, right? So if you feed it healthy, it's gonna bring back healthy, right? So, and I said that to say, when it comes down to your self journey, sacrificing is so important, because you have to let go of a lot of your old thoughts, or the things that you've held on to, right? That is a part of the self-love journey. If you say that you're on a journey and, oh, I love myself, oh, but I don't like my mom, I don't mess with this person, and then if you really truly feel like, let me not even say truth, you're not on a self journey. You're not. In order to truly love yourself, I came to realize that you have to learn how to love every I know this sounds so cliche. You gotta love people. You gotta learn how to love people. You gotta learn how to love others, strangers, right? You have to learn in ways and things that you don't really understand, and you don't see, or you don't vibe with, but you still gotta love them through that. You have to love a person who did you wrong. Nobody said you gotta forget. Nobody said you gotta be friendly. Nobody said, no, I love you. And I love you because, believe it or not, but you are God's child. And whatever it is that you have going on, that's something that you and him have to deal with. That have nothing to do with me. You get what I'm saying? I can truly love, and I said this before, I think I said this before. It's not an ex that I did not have, and I've had my times and my ups and my downs with, baby. And when I truly say that I love each and every one of those, man, I love you. I truly, no joke, no not trying to be funny. I love them. And I love them because, and I had to learn how to really say that and really meant that, because by the end of the day, there were certain things, of course, in my life that, you know, at times where it was good, right? I can't say now because, you know, because it didn't work out in my, that's ego. That's unhealed. That's an unhealed version of myself that I, you know, that I didn't touch, right? So the minute something goes wrong, I can say, I hate you, I this, I that, you know, and I get it, right? But when you get to that point, and a lot of times, you know, I get it, he cheated on you, and he did some foul ass shit. He talked to your sister, he talked to your homegirl, this and that, right? And, you know, and certain reasons, you know, situations can really make you feel like, you know what, this is a reason for you to hate this mother. But when you get to, again, realizing and analyzing why, again, it's always, I feel like it's always most of the time, it's in the why. It's in the why, right? Then you realize, okay, well, I allowed this to happen because I just I wanted that affection. I wanted to feel that protection. And this also came from a place where I didn't have my father. So I allowed you to stay longer than what you were supposed to, right? Because at least I know that I would have been protected. Or, you know, I had this, I'm a single mother and I had a child very young. And by the end of the day, yes, I know that you messing around, but I know you're going to take care of home. So because you took care of home, I allowed this to prolong way longer than it was supposed to, because I did not see that I could do it for myself. I did not see myself as, you know, being financially stable. I didn't love myself that much to go out and do that, you know, whatever it may be. And then when you realize that, okay, you're like, oh, okay. So the problem is I need to get on my shit. The problem is I need to get on my shit. The problem is I need to sacrifice, you know, going out at night and maybe pick up another job. So, you know, if God forbid, I don't have to put myself in a state or, you know, around people in relationships where the respect that you give to me is little to none, or you give it to me when you want to, right? And it's all controlled by how you take care of me, right? And I feel like, again, when you don't get to the point of actually doing the work, when you don't do the work, when you don't hold yourself accountable, when you don't make the sacrifice, all you are doing is showing people how to treat you. You showing people how to treat you, and you showing yourself how to treat yourself, right? And a lot of times, because we cannot fight ourselves, because, you know, again, we ain't gonna blame us. That's why we go even crazier when a nigga do shit. Because it's like, really, I'm really mad at myself, but I can't fuck myself up, so I'm gonna fuck you up. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? But when you get to the point of, again, taking a step back and analyzing whatever the situation is, whatever the scenario is in your life, and you ask yourself, what have I sacrificed in this situation? What have I sacrificed in this situation? And I'm a believer that in anything that God does, there is a sacrifice. And I can be wrong, or maybe a lot of things, the majority of things, that there has to be a sacrifice that has to be made, because I do feel like, I know that God wants all of you. He wants all of you, okay? I don't want to mess the name up in the Bible, but, you know, God told him to take his son, you know, to sacrifice his son. God have a way of, and TD, you know, Bishop Jake said it as well too, of seeing, seeing that, God have a way of seeing if you have skin in the game. God have a way of seeing that, or proving that he has all of you. And you are willing to do anything for the change that you want. Excuse me. And most importantly, for the change that he wants for you, right? A lot of times, again, we quick to say, okay, well, I ain't got this, and, you know, I've been doing this for this long, and I still ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? I want to lose weight, you know, or I want to lose weight. I want to, you know, I want a better body. I want to have curves. You know what I'm saying? I want my booty to be juicy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to the doctor because this and that. But you don't even go to the gym. You only go to the gym when the New Year's come around. You only go to the gym when you're in a relationship. You only go to the gym once a week. You only go to the gym when you feel like it. You ain't sacrificing nothing. You ain't disciplined to nothing. You ain't consistent to nothing. So how do you expect to get the results that you want? Right? How do you expect to get the results that you want? I know a lot of y'all gonna say, Dr. Miami, get a BBL. And if you don't sacrifice that ice cream, if you don't sacrifice that peach cobbler, if you don't sacrifice that cornbread after you get your body done, guess what? You back to where you at. Still got to sacrifice, Pooh. What are you saying? Make it make sense. No shade, no tea. Okay? In order to get something, you got to give something. Okay? I don't know who it was that made an illustration like that, but if you have a hand, if your hand is always closed, always bald, you are not open to receive anything. If you always like this, how you expect for it to be a transaction, you know, going and coming? You like this, ain't nothing coming in, ain't nothing coming out. So stop asking God to put anything in there. Real tea, no shade at all. Let's see how we get into the notes, y'all, because I've just been babbling. I also wrote here, see, this is the reason why I always say I want to get into the notes. A lot of times too, we feel like because we give something up, for instance, like I feel like for me, I gave up, like, you know, fasting for 30 days, no alcohol, right? In my notes here, I said, if it costs you nothing, you sacrifice nothing. If it costs you nothing, you ain't sacrifice nothing. If you ain't feel it, you ain't sacrifice nothing. Period. And I feel like, you know, like I said, because I fasted for 30 days, no alcohol. If I'm being very honest with you, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. And I feel like I didn't feel it, or it wasn't that big of a, I'm sure it was something, but it wasn't a big nothing to God, because I'm really not a big drinker. I smoke a lot, okay? Period. So I feel like had I gave up, and I am going to give up 30 days, no smoking, and I know I'm going to feel that because, baby, let me tell y'all, after the first 2 hours, I'm like, time to roll up, you know, but I do truly feel like that is something for me in my life. I know for a fun fact, yeah, that's a sacrifice, okay? So if you ain't felt it, y'all, if it ain't cost you nothing, if you're like, oh, I'm just gonna give $1, girl, go sit down somewhere. Now, if you had $2 out of in your entire name, and it was just between $1, yeah, that sacrifice. You only had $2. You know what I'm saying? But if you got money, you know what I'm saying? What's $1? What's $5? You ain't sacrificing nothing. Don't play with God like that, for real. Again, I don't know. I didn't say it on here, but I said it in my stories. A lot of times we put God on a level that we want Him to. We put God on a level of where it depending on what we're going on, and we make it work in the situations that we want it to work. That's not how God works. That's what gets me about y'all. Y'all put God in human form. How can He be human form when He made none of us? He made all of us. I mean, when we didn't make Him, He made us. How can we put Him where He made us? Imagine that. Imagine that, telling your mom, listen, no, I need you to sit down, let me talk to you right quick, and don't you move. You lost your mind. Because that's the first thing she gonna say. You crazy. You must have bumped your goddamn head, because who you talking to? Okay? So a lot of times we put God on a level that we want Him to, when we want Him and how He want Him, but we forgot that God is King of all kings, God of all gods, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Hello? So how you now, because it, again, because you wanted to work out or you don't want to work out, however it is, you're going to put him where he's at. No, 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 no. That's not how God works. That's not how he works, okay? Learn God for who he is and not what you want him to be. Learn God for who he is and not what you want him to be. Because I promise y'all, a lot of the work and the things that we ask for y'all is in his word. A lot of times we just, again, crutch. It's easier to not do the work. It's easier to blame somebody else. It's easier for you to not see what you are doing. I get it. I get it. But I also get, and I've learned and I know the beauty in doing the work though. It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be fun. It ain't gonna be to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you get to keep people around that you've had around for years. Unless they're going where you're going. But a lot of times that's rare because, a life came to realize as well, transformation happens in isolation. So God will put you in a place of isolating you, right? To get you to sacrifice the things that you need. Hello? He will. It's in the sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? Okay? Have you sacrificed anything lately, y'all? Another thing I have here is, another question I have here is, why are you sacrificing? Have you sacrificed anything lately, and why are you sacrificing it? What is the gain from this sacrifice, right? What is it? Is this whatever your sacrifice is it beneficial, right? What is your reason behind your sacrifice? Is it a negative impact, or would it be a positive one, right? What is your reason for your sacrifice? And especially on, being on a self-love journey, it's so important for you, again, I feel like especially when you say you're like, only you and God know the journey that you're on. But if you are truly on a self-love journey, it pays you best to do the work. It pays you best to show up for yourself, right? It pays you best to be honest with yourself. Okay, because I also feel like, if you had a place in your life where, you say, oh, I want to do the self-love work, I want to do it, but you're not willing to change the work. If you're not willing to change, you're not doing the work. You are lying to yourself. That's self-lie, not self-love. You know the difference. You're lying to yourself. You're not loving yourself by not doing the things that can change your outlook, that can change your relationship with God, with people, with others, with family, with life. You're not on a journey of figuring out who you are if you are not willing to do the hard work. It's hard, especially, depending on how deep that tunnel goes. Because the deeper the tunnel goes, the more you got to keep going to clear it out. And a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I don't want to do that because if I do that, that's going to take this, that's going to take that, that's going to do this, that's going to do that. But a lot of y'all in relationships that's taken away from y'all right now, and it ain't not in a good way. No shade, no tea. Let's move on. And I have here as well, too, it's pretty simple. And if you don't show up for yourself, if you're not willing to do the work, if you're lazy, if you're inconsistent, if you always, messing up or missing or, just doing it, showing up when you want to, you just don't get the reward from it. It's just that simple. You just don't get the reward from it. It's truly that simple. Again, life ain't easy. Y'all know that. Life ain't easy. Right? It's all in the work. The same thing, when you go on somebody's job, you put in the work, you put in the time, you get the money. You don't show up on time, you don't put in the work, you get no money. It's time to go. You're fired. What are we talking about? Okay? And I feel like it's so funny too how, when we're dealing with everyday life things, as far as being an adult goes, we get through it and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it because it is. But when it comes down to our life that can change the outlook and everything, that can change the job, that can give you a better job, that can allow you to be in your purpose, right? That can break generational patterns, we're not willing to do that work. That's too much for us to do, right? But then you spur it and pour it into other people with your negative ways. Never mind. Let's go ahead, y'all, and just we're gonna wrap this up is what we're going to do. Okay, again, I feel like this was definitely more, even though I have notes, I feel like it was all over the place, and I hate bringing up conversations on topics that I spoke about before, because then I feel like it just is not as, it's not flowing as it, as it would when I first come to y'all about it. But again, what sacrificing, y'all, is significant. It is significant to the self-love journey. Okay, y'all, the self-love journey, let me tell y'all, it's just that it's a journey. It's not a destination. So you don't get off nowhere. You keep going. You keep riding out. You keep, going through hurdles, and having mistakes, and correcting those mistakes. Okay, the self-love journey isn't about being perfect or being better than somebody. The self-love journey is being aware. The self-love journey is taking accountability. The self-love journey is doing it anyway. The self-love journey is a part of the sacrificing is a part of the self-love journey. Self-love, you have to, if you're loving yourself, if you're loving a better version of yourself, if you're trying to get to a better version of yourself, you have to sacrifice the old version of you. You have to let go some parts of you, right? And I'm learning as well, man. I'm also in a hair place as well of realizing that there's certain things in my life that can coexist with each other, right? The question now about that, or what I'm dealing with, or really more than anything, trusting God and going to Him about, is what are these things? Like, what are the things that I can, rip away, right? To bring along with me with this journey here. Does that make sense, y'all? And y'all, if y'all have any tips, anything y'all can help me with that, please leave some comments as well, y'all. Yeah, so I feel like it is so important. Again, I cannot stop saying it. If you ain't sacrificing nothing, you ain't getting nothing back, okay? In order to get something, you gotta put in something. In order to get something, you got to put in something. What are you putting in? Do you have skin in the game? Okay? And I got some questions, y'all. 5 questions here. And then we can go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. First question, y'all, is what have you sacrificed lately? Okay, and I feel like it's also super perfect seeing that we are in the ending of the year. So it's a great start, a great refresher, some good homework as well, y'all, that y'all can do, for the next 2 months that we do have left, less than 2 months that we have left in 2023, to prepare ourselves for 2024 and to get a better result at the end of 2024, right? Or even earlier, right? So what have you sacrificed lately? Number 1. Number 2, what have you stayed committed to lately, right? What have you taken away? And what have you stayed down in the paint for lately? All right. What's your relationship with God? What is your relationship with God? I feel like if it's touching me to say it, y'all, so I'm gonna say it. I feel like this is something that you guys should really be writing down and putting in a journal. Truly, truly, truly ask yourself these questions. Write down truly how you feel, right? As I ask these questions as well. Number 4, is that number 4? Yes, number 4. Do you have a relationship with God? Hey, do you have a relationship with God? And then number 5. This number 5 is a bit long, so bear with me. Okay. Are you limiting or not excelling in your journey because your issues are self-afflicting? Are you stopping your growth, right, on your journey because a lot of things that you're doing is because of you? Again, if you still got that nigga in your phone and you telling me I'm trying to get over him, I'm on a self-love journey, you still follow him, you still pulling up what he doing, you still, keeping in contact with his ex or the girlfriend he talking to now, you still up talking to the mama and be like, oh, I know mama, girl, we been cool, like, it's about the girl, stop playing, okay, stop it, that's called self-afflicting, stop it, okay, cut it out, stop it, Pooh. Self-afflicting. That's what you're doing. Cut it out. All right. So y'all, we is done. Let's go ahead and wrap that bad boy up. We is done with that topic. Y'all, I feel like, again, it is super important. You gotta give something up. You got it. And if you ain't feel it, y'all, you ain't give it up. And that's what I'm about to be doing, y'all. When I tell y'all, I'm thinking probably about doing it. I'm thinking about doing it for December, or we might just start it next week. 30 days, no smoking. And I know, let me tell y'all, the crazy part about this is I know the changes. I know what God would do in that 30 days. Like, that's period. I don't have to see it. I don't have to see it. I know it. I know it. I know that's self-inflicting because you know. See, I told y'all, I'm not judging you. I'm just being honest. I know what I can get from this, but because now I'm in a habit of doing something, right? I'm allowing it now to control me. Y'all, we gonna get on it. I'm not playing with y'all. Listen, before this year is out, y'all gonna hear about my 30-day fasting, no smoking. I'm not even playing. I might actually just go ahead and record the whole thing because I have been truly, and this is very personal, but I've been smoking, y'all. Whew. Hold on, man. Look, you like, damn it. Did I count that right? No. It's time to wrap this sucker up. Y'all, I almost went over my hands all over these fingers twice, okay? 18 years. Damn it. Woo, that. We gonna get to it, y'all. Truly, truly, true. Truly do. Truly do. And, you know, the thing is, one of the fundamental part of being on a self-love journey is when you are aware and your senses are heightened, and you are, what's the word? Certain areas in your life where you abstain from, I feel like it's easier for you to hear God or to understand what it is that you're supposed to be doing in the moment. Does that make sense? You know, a lot of times they'd be like, well, I don't hear God. I want God to talk to me. Or, you know, sometimes when a person is so spiritual, they say, well, you know, God said to do this and God said it. And for years, I'm like, what? How he said what? It is a thing. Listen, it's a thing. It is a real thing. I promise y'all it's a real thing. And I know. And I typically, y'all, do not share things like this, especially when I'm going through it, because I do not want it. It's between me and God. But I feel like it's important for me to let y'all know too that I'm also in a place where I'm learning, because I feel like I sacrificed for these things in my life that I feel like I could definitely, like that 18 years smoking. You gotta sacrifice. You gotta give that up. Gotta give that up. Gotta give it up. Gotta give it up. Gots to give it up. And I am going to give it up. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead, y'all, and get into the what are you part of the segment. So what are you done thinking about? What am I done thinking about? Y'all go ahead and drop in the comments. Let me know what are you done thinking about for the year. Okay. Y'all already know, like I said, 2024 about to be right in the corner. What are you done thinking about, Pooh? That nigga. Period. Stop playing with me, y'all. Like, stop thinking about a nigga like, yo, let's get this, let's wind him up for 2024, okay? We got to start off with a good start, okay? But what are you done thinking about? What am I done thinking about, y'all? I am done thinking. Real quick, I think it was Sarah Jake said it. I think it was her, and she said, I think it was her or her dad, either one. But they said, stop using words like a miracle for things that you don't have discipline on. That ain't no miracle. You just need a little discipline in your life, girl. Don't. And then when a miracle can really happen, when God really do things, right? When He really cure cancer, then y'all you don't get that drop to my knees. Thank you, God, because you sitting here talking about, oh yeah, He just did a miracle for me last week because I ain't ate that cake last week, and I asked God, I said, God, I didn't want to eat that cake, and I eat that cake last week. So, that was a miracle. Girl, that's called you need discipline. That's called put the cake down. That's called moving out of your house. That's called you need to train yourself. Okay? That's what it's called. Okay? So I said all that to say, I am done thinking that I'm always late. Like, people be like, oh, I'm always late. I'm always late. No, that's what I forgot the word that they said it is. But that's such a... I can't find a word, y'all, and I hate when I can't find a word, because as I'm editing this, I'm going to find a word. Stupid. But that is such a small or useless thought. Such a useless thought, okay? Oh, I'm always late. No. Instead, I'm not as disciplined in managing my time. That's the problem. I'm not disciplined in managing my time. So instead of me thinking, oh, I'm late, no, I'm not disciplined enough in managing my time. So that's what I need to work on, is managing my time, instead of me just again, a crutch. Is easier for me to say, oh, I'm always late. So I'm always late. So I'm gonna just extend a little more. No, manage your time better, honey. Get up 15 minutes earlier, honey. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier, honey. What are you talking about? That's what I'm done thinking about. And what am I thinking about, y'all? I am thinking, honestly, y'all, I'm really thinking about a better holiday this season. I'm really thinking about having a way better holiday this season. Just an increase in every areas of my life this season. And I am starting today going to put myself in the mindset of happy, of just having a way better year than, end of the year than I had last year. That's the goal. That's what I'm thinking about. And I'm going to be so intentional on it as well. I'm talking, we doing the Cookie Man house. We doing the gingerbread man. We definitely coming together, and we going to be singing Christmas carols as we're doing the Christmas tree. We're doing it all. We're doing the PJs, God Spurs Our Life. We are going to do it all. Okay? So that's what I am thinking about, y'all. And let's go ahead, y'all, and get into the beat of the week. Now, y'all already know. Child. Y'all already know. The beat of the week always goes typically against... Well, no, I think this was actually... Was it? No, yeah, it's also even on here. My beat of the week, y'all, go against every single thing that I do in my mind, okay? Again, intentional learning, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, right? And then when I listen to my music, hood rat shit. I'm like that in the gym. I promise y'all, it's I balance. Remember I told you, gotta coexist. Gotta coexist. And I think also too, it's super important, y'all, for a long time for me to, and I'm still learning how to have, that's where I'm at right now, how certain things can coexist. I do not attach myself, and especially depending on certain songs, and again, even when you're on the journey, but especially when you're not on a journey, where you could have certain things that you listen to or you watch that can affect your entire day. And the reason why I say when you're not on your journey, because you don't get that sense of oh wait, you don't get that sense of stopping and taking a break to figure out why did that happen. Doesn't make sense? So I had to learn how to separate myself from the music. Okay, so I think that's where I'm at right now. I don't know if it's not an excuse, but I feel like I've learned how to separate myself from the music. But if it's a song, y'all, that I know that I'm just you shouldn't be listening to this, and sometimes when you heard a song and it just plays over and over in your head, and when that happens, I just don't listen to the song no more, because I feel okay, now you got a hold on me. Doesn't make sense. It might be a little OD, but whatever, okay? But y'all, my song... My beat of the week, y'all, is Ski. Bands clean, but we ride dirty. Slime with your boo, yeah, that's my dirty. My 60 in that backseat with a 30. Niggas trying to shoot they shot, Stephen Curry. Swish. Y'all. Let me tell y'all. Listen, I've learned another thing I learned, y'all. Take y'all time on when y'all say you don't like somebody. Cause she came out of nowhere and she just like, I was like, what is this shit? Like, what? Coochie paint booty hole brown. I think I said this. I don't know. I think I have an episode. I'm like, I don't like her. I think I said it before. Like, like, it's too much. It's ODs. Like, it's giving. Y'all, I was in the gym one day. And I have the craziest playlist, y'all. And when I tell y'all, my playlist was, it literally went from like, 90s to early 2000s rap. And out of nowhere, all I hear is, if you see me in it, it's us. And I'm literally, and anybody, if you, well, you don't know, but when I'm in the gym, y'all, to get myself pumped, I do my little 1-2 while I'm in, waiting for my next rep. I'm like, just doing my little bop, So I noticed, y'all, I'm focused, but not really paying attention to my music. So as I'm about to lift, I noticed like I'm literally like, and I literally was like, wait, bitch, this Sexy Red. And ever since then, y'all, I've been on the girl. Okay? So that's what I've been listening to, y'all. That's the video of the week. Ski, don't judge me. That's don't come for me. Period. Y'all work on y'all sacrificing. Hello, somebody. All right, you guys. I love you guys so much. I hope and I pray, y'all, that this was a good seed. So it's good seed on good ground. Hello? Good seed on good ground so it can bear great fruit. Okay, abundance of fruit for you guys. Truly do, y'all. I love you guys so much. You guys stay safe, please, in this holiday season. And I will see you guys in another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl. We out.